Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Marhaba al-mahbuba ya habibi wa habibti Madrasah Sanawiyah Islamiyah Hikmatul Fadilah.
Ahlan ya jamil wa jamila habibi wa habibti.
Ahlan bik ya mualimah.
Ismi Mualimah Tuti wa Dinamika SPD.
Ismi Mualimah Darajwana SPD.
Sabahul khair habibi wa habibti.
Sabahul nur, sabahul ful, surahwar.
ازيك habibi wa habibti.
Alhamdulillah khair ya mualimah. Yalla bina nabda'u nasyad bi qira'atil basmalah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Habibi wa habibti, before we start our lesson, let's we say our yell. Hikmatul Fadilah.
Let's do. Hadas is my life, Ais bil akhlak.
Ya Ghaffar, ampunanmu adalah harapan untuk hamba dan kedua orang tua. Amin.
Halawatul tadris.
Ayo bil'an.
الآن يوم الاثنين.
التاريخ الآن.
الآن 15 مارس 2021. ماذا درسنا الآن؟
درسنا الآن biology.
Our topic for Ennaharda is dynamic population. Our indicator of lesson is be able to solve problems related to the factors that affect dynamic population. Our scientific word is environment pollution. Environment pollution. Environment pollution. Pencemaran lingkungan. For support our lesson, Habibi wa Habibti, naftah kitabukum as-safah 255 للغاية 255.
Last meeting we have discussed about population's dynamic. Do you still remember the factors relates to increasing of populations in the world?
Aywa mualimah, there are some factors that relate to increasing of population in the world. There are natality, mortality, migration, population increasing, and population density.
So we have Mualimah. As we know, there is the formula for looking for all of the factors, right?
Aywa mualimah, the natality formula is the total of baby born in 1 year divide the total of population times 1,000. And for mortality formula is the total of population die in 1 year divide the total of population times 1,000.
Aywa Mualimah, mumtaz. Mualimah wa habibi wa habibti, Ennaharda, we will review about this topic. We will focus to the question and to jaribi feedbacks habibi wa habibti. Isma'ina habibi wa habibti.
Habibi wa habibti, an example of calculating the natality is Isma'ina. In middle 2006, the population in District X was 20,000 and the number of the babies born was 900 children. What is the natality in this district? As we know, Habibi wa habibti, the formula for finding the natality is the number of babies born in a year divided by the population times 1,000. So 900 divided by 20,000 times 1,000 is 45. The natality is 45 babies because it is more than 30 salasun. The birth rate or the natality in District X is high. Next, Habibi wa habibti, the example of questions calculating the mortality are: in the middle of 2006, the population in subdistrict X
was 10,000 people and the number of people who died was 800 people. What is the mortality in this sub-district? As we know, Habibi wa Habibti, the formula for finding the death rate or mortality is the number of people who died in a year divided by the number of populations multiplied by 1,000. So 800 divided by 10,000 times 1,000 is 8. The mortality is 8 people. Because it is less than 14 the mortality in sub-district X is low. Next, Habibi wa Habibti, the example of the questions calculating populations growing is in a region it is known that the natality was 967,000 and the mortality was 659,000, while there were 889,000 immigrations and 512,000 in emigration. Calculate the population growing in this area. So, Habibi wa Habibti, the formula for the populations growing is the natality minus the mortality plus the number of immigrations less the number of emigration. So 967,000 minus 659,000 plus 889,000 minus 512,000. So, Habibi wa Habibti, 967,000 minus 659,000 is 308,000 and 889,000 minus 512,000 is 377,000. So, 308,000 plus 377,000. So the populations growing in the region is 685,000. The last, Habibi wa Habibti, examples of problem calculating for populations density are: the Barat sub-district has a population of 25 people with an area of 50 km². What is the population's density of the Barat sub-district? As we know, Habibi wa Habibti, the formula for finding population's density is the total populations divided by the area. So, 25,000 divided 50. The population's density in the Barat sub-district is 500 people over kilometer quadrat. Dan the explanation, Malimah, paham itu?
Ewa Malimah, paham itu Malimah.
So, Malimah, population growing set increase
if the natality is higher than the mortality, Malimah.
Ewa Malimah. And the populations growing set decrease if the mortality is higher than the natality.
Ewa Malimah, shukran for the explanation, Malimah.
Ahwan Malimah.
Mesh ya Habibi wa Habibti, khalas watching the video.
Khalas Malimah.
Fahimtu ya Habibi wa Habibti?
Fahimna Malimah.
Hal min majidi minas su'al?
Do you have any question?
If you have question, you can ask Malimah ala tul.
Syukran ala ihtimamikum.
Please keep healthy.
Always do social distancing.
Use your kimama.
Wash your hands after do your activity. Keep amata, yumak sa'id.
Ila liqa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.